I'm Dr. Shango Blake, also known as the nation's hip hop principal. I'm referred to as the nation's hip hop principal for the work that I've done in terms of improving schools and using hip hop as part of the process. Using hip hop as a communication tool, as an instructional tool. If you look now, you'll see a lot of different variations of people using hip hop in schools. You'll see it in like after school programs. We've seen our former First Lady Michelle Obama use it to promote the message of health. You've seen it on Broadway now with Hamilton. But when you trace back to the pioneer who started the hip hop education movement, you're looking at that person. Over 13 years ago, I was able to take a low-performing middle school that nobody wanted to go to, that was on the state list and was second to last in reading and in math. And it became the #1 school in the district, outperforming all the other schools, the most sought-after school in the Jamaica Queens area. And part of what we used as an ingredient for that reform was in fact using hip hop to bring in a different message to the students, to engage them in a way where they change their attitudes towards learning. How many schools have I gotten to improve and change the curriculum? We're looking at right now, from the model that we developed, I would say 10 schools that we have made significant improvements with. We were in Tribeca Film Festival 2 years in a row. We were used as a national model for HBO. HBO used us and said to other schools, try to copy something like this. We were on Oprah Winfrey. So what we did it's well publicized. What I decided to do was go back and do the research to understand the educational significance of what it was that we did. Who's my favorite rapper? My favorite rapper, I'm so glad that you asked this question because this ties everything that I've said into one bundle. My favorite rapper is Nas. And he's my favorite rapper because to me, he's not a rapper. He is an MC in the purest definition of what an MC is. He's lyrical, he's original, he's creative, and he's intelligent. Nas raps are more poetry than anything else. All the elements of standard poetry you can find in his music. Personification, imagery, similes, metaphors, the way he tells stories, plots, settings. You can actually listen to a Nas song and actually see it. You can actually close your eyes and see what he is talking about. So here's my question. This is very important. Nas dropped out before going to high school. So what was it about the environment of the school that they didn't realize that they had, as a student, someone who was a mix between Shakespeare and Picasso? How did they miss that? Why wasn't the environment such that it would have cultivated him to do, and he would have excelled in school and loved school because it would have been an environment made for that genius mind? See, the curriculum was too slow and his mind was too fast and he got bored. And what I find is that all throughout this country, you have a lot of guys who dropped out of high school that are a lot smarter than those of us who went through. But their minds were quicker, the curriculum was slow, and they weren't engaging them. So how many Nas's have we turned out to the street never to make it? How many 50 Cents, who was a phenomenal businessman and never went to business school? How many of them, he dropped out as well. How many of them are dropping out? It's because Nas and 50 made it in spite of. But what would happen if we created the environment where all these little Nas's and 50s would flourish? And that's why I want you hip hoppers to get with me so that we can create those kind of environments and do something different and do something in a way that really has a positive impact on our community. And I know most of these artists want to do it. They just need the right voice.